completely. You're intact. But the issue is, when they wake up, you're fucking dead.
You still have a brain tumor.
You're still... Well, no, even if they can cure that in the future, you're still dead.
Mm-hmm.
The only way I get frozen is if they could do it when I'm alive.
Mm-hmm.
If I was, like, slow my process down.
And it still wouldn't... your tissue would be fucked
No,
up.
it wouldn't. It'd be... No, that tissue's not an issue. The issue
If
is
it's
that
frozen,
your brain is dead.
your
They have
tissue will be fucked up.
They can... that's not even a big issue, the way they do it.
That's a huge issue.
Here's an example. Some kind of, like, frogs... They can get frozen for like a year at a time, but they have like a basic, like a natural antifreeze in their body. They get frozen in ice for like a year, but their insides are still going.
It's like a
so if you can find a way to do that, like keep your the insides going, but slow down on it, I think that'd be the way to do it.
Hibernating?
Exactly, but so basically sleeping rather than fucking dead and then put in ice.
God.
Once I saw on the internet that you can get a fly and put it in the freezer for like a few days and then take it back out and just if you touch it, it starts like unfreezing.
When I was a kid, I put a cicada into the freezer for like 4 hours and took it out and it was like, oh god, I killed it. It was like it's a fly around, so it freaked me out.
Did you ever hear about those people who put flies on strings and put them in freezers to freeze them?
That's what we're saying. Yeah.
Oh, the strings though?
What's the strings?
But they do that. Yeah, that's so.
They'll catch a fly, put it in the freezer, freeze it, and then put a little string on it. And then when he unthaws, you have a pet fly on a leash.
That's so cruel.
It's funny. Fuck flies.
Like one day though.
I hate flies.
When I was little, I found a fly. I was playing outside, and there was a little fly that only had one wing, so it was just crawling around. And I kept it. I put it in a little jar with, and it was alive for like a few days, and it died. I was so sad. I cried.
Fucking! Why would you cry over a fly?
Yeah, his name was Buzzy the Buzzer.
Did you guys do that a lot? Did you like capture animals and put them like in jars and stuff in boxes?
Yeah, I used to collect like worms and stuff.
Oh, you were that kid. That weird.
I was too, dude. I used to do like frog. I put the frog and I fell in love with it.
I had a gecko.
Did I tell
you ever find them though?
Yeah.
Did I tell the slug operator story?
I think so.
Operator?
What the fuck?
Yeah, he'd find a slug and then his eyes would lock onto the slug and he'd go, danger, danger, slug operator. And he'd walk over to the slug and he'd like slit it open.
What the fuck?
Oh my god. Yeah, he just slit it down the middle and then like all these little baby slugs came out of it once.
He sounds weird.
That was you, wasn't it?
Do you guys kill flies when you see them or no?
Me and Chris had a fly problem in Wexford when we lived in Ireland, and
that was disgusting.
It was bad. It was
disgusting. Tell the story when you came home.
So me and Chris went to my house in Galway. That's like the other side of the country, and Chris went home a day before I did, and then when I came home on the bus, I walked into the house. And Chris was on his computer, just like surrounded by, like absolutely like
fucking wall of flies.
He was like, hey, he was like, hey.
Was that because of the watermelon or no?
No, the watermelon.
Hey, tell that story, Chris.
Did we never? Wait, but why was there so many flies though?
Because you're stinky.
No, that's not why.
Because our ex-roommate left a shit ton of.
That was it. Yeah. Okay.
He left a shit ton of bags in a closet.
Yeah, I went to America. Now I stayed with my ex-roommate. My ex-roommate was supposed to take out the trash while I was gone, and when I got back, he left. So he left fucking 50 trash bags.
They were just in a closet that tucked away.
It wasn't my fault, but what was my fault was the watermelon. So I had a little tiny fridge in my apartment. I put a watermelon in it. I ate a slice. And then I forgot about it. And then 2 weeks later, I opened the fridge and there was a fucking forest growing inside my fridge and flies flew out.
He literally threw his fridge away.
I mean,
you guys have some of the most disgusting, like,
look,
with the
I didn't think that would happen.
Flies, maggots,
This is what happened. We fucking got the fridge. We're like, this is a lost cause. So we drove it to the dump. The dump wouldn't take it. So we literally dumped it in a quarry somewhere and we sealed it.
God. Sealed it.
Some little boy found that ate the watermelon.
He opened it. He turned it to flyboy.
Some say he still flies around Ireland to this day.
So, something I wanted to talk about a little bit earlier. We talked about
can she finish her crocodile tangent?
Oh, that was it. It was just I remember chocolate crocodiles. That's all.
You guys remember candy cigarettes?
10 out of 10, Sabrina.
Did you guys remember candy cigarettes? Where they were called candy cigarettes?
Yeah.
I used to be like, yeah, no big deal. I used to blow the dust.
I can one up you there because when I was younger, I was like a little bit older than the kids in my estate, and I tried to be cool. And I remember seeing like cigarette butts on the ground. And I was like, check these out, guys. Pick it up and tried to light it, but I didn't know what I was doing. I was like lighting it before it was in my mouth. I was like,
I did that too. My friend Jason and I, we used to go to my dad because my dad smoked cigarettes. We used to go to my dad's fireplace and like pull disgusting cigarette butts out of the fireplace and smoke them for like 40 seconds.
No, gross.
My friend Jason, I don't know if I ever told the story. Did I ever tell the story?
No.
My first cigarette I ever had, I was like 14 years old. My friend Jason came over and he's like, dude, let's go smoke a cigarette. I was like, alright. We went to the woods and he had it was just one cigarette. I don't know where he got it from. He pulled it, we were like coughing. I don't know why I did it. We were coughing, like wheezing and shit. And then we came back to my house and immediately my mom was like, why do you smoke cigarettes? It was like a fucking TV show. And I was like, oh, I got a blue cigarette smoke all the way back. And she didn't fucking believe me.
Did your heart like sink?
Yeah, it was like, oh yeah.
How old are you?
I did say like, I didn't smoke I panicked. I was like, I didn't smoke a cigarette.
How old are you?
I was like 14 probably.
Yeah, the same for me when I got caught.
I was an idiot. What's your cigarette story?
For me, it was even stupider. We just found a pack of cigarettes sitting on a couch in a Future Shop, and we're like, ha 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 ha.
Do I have to smoke these?
And we went. It was my friend Melissa and I. And like, I mean, anyway, I went back to my house. She took half the pack. I took the other half, and I was like, I'm gonna try smoking. There wasn't even anybody around, so I don't know who I was trying to impress. I was just like, I'm gonna try smoking. So idiot me, like here my room is in the basement, and then there's a little vent that just goes like right
Fuels to the
in the middle
house.
Basically, yeah. So the one place that my dad sits all day long every day is just happens to be right above this vent that's also attached to my room. And it took him like 0.5 seconds after I lit this cigarette, and you know I have this teeny tiny little football-sized basement window that I cracked open, and
like Caesar the monkey.
Yeah, that she was gonna say I have a teeny tiny little football head. I was like, what?
I had a little football head like Arnold, but no. So
Sorry, go on.
So I light the cigarette and I'm trying to smoke it out the window all sneaky because I'm thinking all the smoke is going out the window, but it's going up the vent, which is directly above my head. And as soon as I light that cigarette, my dad, I just hear thump 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 thump, and like my door's locked and everything, right? So I can hear him trying to open it, and like I put out the cigarette, throw it out the window, and all the rest of them too. And he's like open the door, and like I open it after a couple seconds of scrabbling and throwing away the cigarettes, and like.
Did he know?
He knew
straight away.
Right away, yeah.
Did you get grounded?
No, there was like this big intervention conversation.
Oh
that,
Jesus!
My mom sat me down. My dad was talking to me, and they're like, "Listen,
awkward."
Were you crying?
No. They're like, you know what? We respect your decision. If you just be honest with us. If this is something you want to do. It was like I was coming out to them or something, and they were just talking to me.
I just found this packet and I thought it was cool.
Yeah. And they were like, "Where did you get this from? Who gave this to you?" And I lied about it because I didn't want to.
To throw it.
When I was younger, my friend Jordan and I, we went down to Pike Place Market in Seattle. There's a magic shop there, and we were looking at these packets of like love potions or whatever. And at some point, I think I accidentally grabbed one and put it in my purse or something. Accidentally, I promise you.
You wanted to woo all those boys with that love potion, throw it on them.
I wanted all the men when I was 12.
Let me, Scott, you bitch! And they ran away. That was the end of it.
So we left the magic shop. On the bus ride home, I noticed it's in my purse. I'm like, oh fuck. And I was like, should we go back and return it? It was only like 50 cents. I mean, it was like a little powder mixture.
It was seriously probably Kool-Aid or something.
Oh my god.
Honestly,
I have a story about this.
And so we went back to my house, and as soon as I got into the door, my dad was standing there, and he was like, I know what you did. And I was like, what the fuck? Well, I didn't say that. But I was so scared. My heart sank. I was so scared. But he was talking about something else. I didn't clean the bathroom before I left to the Pike Place Market. Yeah. But I swear, I thought he was talking about that love potion.
What happened with the love potion? Did it work? Oh, go on.
My friend Jordan and I, we split it. In a cup, it was like mix it with hot water.
What if you just fell in love with each other?
They did. They're married. Congratulations.
We are.
It's all based on lies.
No, it just tasted like, I don't know, like Kool-Aid.
Wait, you drank it?
Yeah, we drank it. We're like,
yeah, because I have a story about a spray.
We thought it was all in our heads, like we felt like, it's all psychological. Like we're like, oh, do you feel nice and tingly? It's like, oh yeah,
that's like when you're a kid and you have like non-alcoholic alcohol. You're like, I'm so drunk. It's like that weird placebo thing, and it's like there's no alcohol. Retard. You're like, yeah, I was just fooling. I was goofing anyways.
I was in this pub called Lonergan's in Galway when I was a kid, and I was with my dad, and I went into the bathroom, and they had like, those machines where you get condoms and shit. Yeah. They had one where it was like not a love potion, but it was like pheromones or some shit. It was like something weird. It was like to make girls like you. And I was
like a cologne thing?
Yeah, and I was like this little fat kid, and I had a crush on a girl in school, so I was like, man.
No. You're like, yeah, I could use that.
I was like, dude, this is gonna work.
Niall,
I was like, I'm getting laid, son. My little 13-year-old.
So let me get this straight. You had a thing next to a thing of condoms, and you were like, yeah.
But I didn't have money at the time.
I'm going for the love.
So I didn't have money at the time. So the next day, even though it wasn't that far from my house, I packed my bag. I was like, Dad, I'm going to my friend's house, and I was like, this was this huge big scheme. I was like, haha, and I went all the way to Lonergan's, and I put in my €2 coin or whatever, got it, and went to school the next day because I was on a Sunday, and I was on school. I sprayed it, and I was like, kind of weird, but whatever. So I put on like Axe to like.
So you canceled it out anyways.
Yeah, I know, I was stupid. But the Axe ad had all women coming after you anyway, so I was like, dude, like I am actually literally going to be a pussy.
Oh, you thought you just added to it? You thought it was an addition?
I thought you were
going to be swimming in pussy.
I thought like if there was an airplane going by, like women would just fall out of it and just like attach to me.
Their titties right into your face.
Yeah, there's like everywhere I go. But yeah, then I like sat beside this girl in maths class, the same girl, and I was like put my neck up kind of near her. I was like, oh yeah, and she's like, you smell weird. Well, there goes that. Dreams are fucking crushed.
Did you really take that ad seriously?
Yeah.
Like, literally?
No, I didn't.
You were a little too old for that.
Yeah, 13. You would think. Yeah.
The last time I took an ad literally was when I was like 6.
No, I didn't take. I didn't actually take the Lynx ad or the Axe ad. It's called Lynx in Ireland. Seriously. But.
So you were very disappointed.
I was very disappointed. Yeah, she ended up being a huge colossal.
I like how your brain, your first thought when you saw it was that like, wow, the cure to make any woman fuck you, it's only $2.
Yeah, I was like, why do people know this? Like, yeah. Needless to say, it didn't work.
How old were you?
13.
Yeah. It's a bad time to fall in love or try to look for love.
No,
it's like the awkward stage in life.
I was trying to get laid, dude.
Trying to get some pussy.
Trying to get 13? Some like little gash.
Things are horrible until you die.
Mm-hmm.
Things never get
good.
No,
things are literally horrible until like you're in your 20s, and then they're
we're all gonna die alone.
Yeah, especially you.
You guys are so positive.
I don't agree with that.
What?
I think there's like a fucking what do you call those scales?
Scales.
Yeah, you know those things that do that.
Graph.
Whatever. Anyway, when you're in school, life is bad, but also shit because you're in school, which is bad, but life is good because you're getting everything handed to you by your parents. But then you get out, but then you have to fend for yourself, and it's still just as shitty.
No, it's not as shitty. It's not as shitty.
Sometimes
independence for me is way more worth it than having to live with parents.
That's true.
Being an adult is way better, dude.
Yeah.
I can eat ice cream for breakfast.
However,
but
you guys
never just think back and be like, oh, do you remember the lack of responsibility?
No, dude.
What
What do you mean? Absolutely not.
Totally.
I wake up whenever I want to. I get to fucking. We draw as a living.
No,
Yeah.
but the only reason for that was because you were in school, which was shitty.
When I worked in a supermarket, I legitimately wanted to kill myself. So it's all about perspective.
Yeah, when I worked at fast food too, I was like, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, but a lot of people are like that.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I worked at a bakery and coffee shop in downtown Seattle for about 2 years. I had to wake up like at 4. My shift was from 5 to 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Ugh.
So my dad had to that was before I had my license, so he'd have to drive me down there.
Oh.
I want to kill myself.
Yeah.
It's waking up so early. I had to go to bed at like 8 o'clock at night.
I was thinking of
I have no
creative
life.
ways to kill myself.
Why do you have to be creative? You're gonna be dead at the end of it.
Because I was bored.
It's fucking easy to kill yourself now. You just didn't try hard enough.
Creative ways.
No, yeah, you did apply yourself, Niall. That's why you wanted to kill yourself, because you were slacking on trying to kill yourself. All right.
I was thinking, the belt that like you put groceries on.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, if I tie something to that, tie it around my neck, and just turn it on, and just slowly decapitate
It's a little
myself.
slow.
Yeah, there's stuff like
I don't
that.
think the motor would be strong enough.
You probably see that's too much time because you start regretting it as it slowly
Yeah, but then I
gets sucked through.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I left a pan on the oven, and then there was nothing in it. I just left it. And it was on the oven was on like high or the burner.
Yeah.
And I remember
stove.
the stove top. And then I remember I came out of the bedroom. And I was home alone at the time. The whole house was just smoky, like black smoke, and it smelled awful.
Oh God.
I grabbed it and I threw it in the sink.
Oh, turn the sink on, watch it fucking explode in smoke. Yeah.
I was so close to starting like a huge fire, and I was only like 9 years old.
Did you ever leave the sink on and let it flood somehow?
No.
When I was a kid, I had those little inflatable things that we put the pills in, and they inflate the stuff like a giraffe. Or,
Oh, yeah.
I had an Alphabet one, and I was like 6. I put it in the sink and left it on for like 4 hours. I got yelled at.
I have a story about flushing corn down the toilet.
Oh wait. Was this digestive?
You're gonna have to tell that one.
So
Is it already through your digestive system?
Corn on the cob.
Wow.
Whoa, you got a full one came out in the turd?
No, I was eating dinner. I was about 5 years old. And I was really self-conscious about finishing my food. I don't know why.
In what way? You mean like you didn't want to finish it all? You felt...
I felt bad. Like I always felt like I had to finish my food. My parents
you
never...
felt obligated to finish it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we had corn on the cob for dinner one night, and I couldn't finish it. And I was really nervous. I'm like 4 or 5 years old. So I grab the cob, and I sneak away into the bathroom. and I tried
Where
flushing it down
the toilet. Where did you put the corn in the cup? Just sneak it away? Did you put it in your shirt or something?
Yeah, like down my shirt. I hid it behind my back, walked away from the dinner table, and be like, "Oh, excuse me." So I went to the bathroom, tried flushing it down the toilet. Of course, I get stuck.
Your parents totally noticed you had a big fucking corn of the cup. Like, at the time,
like, she takes mega turds.
They also noticed your fucking. They didn't think you ate the whole piece either. They noticed it was gone, but in your mind, you were like, "Yeah, I'm fucking sneaky." They saw it under your shirt.
When I was 2, my sister.
Wait! I'm not done. Wait. So my dad, he had to fucking take the toilet out of the bathroom.
Oh shit!
And he had to fix it. He had to unclog it in front of the lawn, in front of the house. And all our neighbors watched. And my dad was so mad at me. He still calls me corn flesher to this day. That's his nickname for me.
When
like,
he's mad at you?
Yeah. And we were like, when we go out just in grocery shopping together, he's like, "Can you grab that corn flesher?" And I will never live it down.
Oh,
that sounds really.
So embarrassed.
That sounds like a really mean name, just from the way it sounds.
Just because also,
fucking corn flusher.
By the way, it's because if somebody else doesn't know that story, they just think you shit a lot of corn or something. They think you have really girthy shits or something.
Yeah.
Or really corny shits.
When I was 2, my sister was born. And she was like sitting in the whatever babies do. I don't know. My mom was like cleaning. I remember for some reason I remember she was like cleaning a bathroom, and I was like, "Hey mom, I fed the baby." And my mom was like, "Oh, that's nice, dear." And then she was like, "What?" And then she went in, and apparently I shoved like tons of Rice Krispies down her throat. And like the baby, my sister was like sitting on the like floor with Rice Krispies on her cheeks, and she was like, "Oh."
Kids
My
should
mom
not
was
be
like,
left alone.
Can I just tell a funny story to Nalde when I was visiting him in Galway?
I got one after you. Go ahead.
Fucking, it was the funniest thing ever for the wrong reasons. But Niall's sister is like really, really nice and really polite and really quiet.
Yeah.
And when she was walking through the hall going, "Mom, Mom," and then Niall ran up to her and started getting up in her face going, "Nobody cares! Nobody cares!"
Oh yeah, no, I just do that sometimes.
You're such a dick.
Yeah,
She's really nice.
Yeah,
How old is she?
She's like old enough to like not
I
be
used to
treated
like,
like that.
I used to like get 2 pillows from the couch and just sing Jingle Bells and bash it on her head. And she'd go like, "Jingle bells, jingle bells." She's like,
She's so quiet. She's just shell shocked.
She's like the girl from Game of Thrones, the fucking the one who's like
Sansa.
Yeah,
She's like,
Sansa.
Yes.
She's really polite.
Oh my god.
Nobody cares. Fucking mean now.
I know. I'm sorry.
What is your story?
This is actually like a really, really dark story. But when I was really little, maybe 2, 3, not old enough to do water rescue, obviously. My younger sister Mel is 2 years younger than me, and I guess my mom was bathing us in the tub one day, and she just like left Mel in her little like tub baby seat thing, and I was in there too. And my mom walks away and leaves us in the bathroom alone.
Oh no!
For a very, very short time, right? And so
to grab something, I'm sure, just really quick.
Yeah. And so I guess what happened with Melanie, she like her leg like slipped under the little like baby chair thing where it holds the 2 legs, so they sit up kind of thing. So one leg got into where the other leg's supposed to be, and she went right under, and it basically like. The way that it went is like the leg thing went over her stomach or whatever, so she was like underwater. And I'm like a baby too, right? So I don't know what's going on. She started turning blue and like, yeah.
So what happens when you put a baby in water?
It was just long enough that like it was super serious. Like my mom runs back in and I'm like, after I start saying like, "Mom, like something's wrong with Melanie."
You're supposed to be like, blue and screaming.
No, yeah, and so mom comes back in and like they had to do like CPR and all that stuff, and
so your sister almost died.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad she didn't. Like, frick.
Oh lordy.
So that happened.
I have one final story before we get to these Patreon questions.
Oh yeah.
It's related to the water. It's not nobody drowned, but when my brother was like 2, we went to the pool. It was like his first pool trip, and he saw a big fat lady, and he pointed and said, "Fat, fat, fat," and he got in trouble. He got yelled at. That's a true story.
That's a great story, Zach.
It's a real story.
That's a 10 out of 10.
Oh my god.
You're the ladies, Nikki. That was you.
Oh.
Fuck off.
Now to the Patreon questions. Chris, you want to read the first one?
From Mobile Spider.
Yes, that is right.
Do you guys have any warm-up tips before you draw?
Go, Chris.
I draw a square.
Next one.
Wait, is that it?
Is it just one person answering each?
No one
Are
else
we
can
all
answer
going
that?
around? Like, how are we?
Oh, I thought we were all gonna answer it.
We're all
Though.
gonna answer that for real. I'm not gonna goof like Chris over here.
Look, okay, my warm up is
Square.
I will draw. I don't fucking know.
No, he doesn't.
I'll draw for 30 minutes and that's my warm up. I don't know what
Yeah.
I'm gonna draw.
I do warm-up sketches. I just try
I
to.
do a lot of gestures.
no one's
a lot
fucking
of
talking
loose
to you.
gestures.
No one's fucking talking to you. Nice.
Do it again.
Sabrina, these fucking two assholes, they don't even know what they're talking about. They got their dicks in their hands, right?
You're the one with the titty
Yeah.
on your chest.
Whoa.
Hey, nice
Are
titties.
you jealous of that?
Oh,
That was kind of.
oh.
Sorry now.
When I do streams,
Hey, shut up. I haven't answered yet.
No one cares, Zach.
I haven't answered.
Okay,
Shut
go.
your fucking mouth. Like what he said, I do sketches. I would do do sketches for like 30 minutes to a whole hour if you want to. But a couple things you can do. Try to do something different every day, or if you want to, try to pick something like hands or like a head or something, or fucking ears. Break it down. A lot of people, I said it before, but a lot of people get fucking overwhelmed because they think you have to get good at anatomy and colors and lights. No, pick an ear. If you want to get good at the ear, just spend like 2 days on the ear or whatever. Just pick something every day to get better at.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and also what's fun to do is take an old drawing like a year ago or 2 years ago and redraw that.
Yeah, Zach does that a lot, and
Yeah.
it always comes out
Yeah,
nicely.
it gives you a nice
Sometimes
boost of
worse.
confidence.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just good. You see how much your style changes, see how you draw things differently.
Yeah,
analyze
Zach was doing one
spacing.
recently of an Indian guy, but like Zach made like the head shape much more appealing. Like it was kind of, it was a really good drawing like 2 years ago, but he made the head shape so much more like concise and nicer to look
Yeah,
at.
thank you. I think it's, it just comes down to like breaking stuff down differently.
Yeah.
So that drawing, you can also do characters. I do characters sometimes, or even
That's mainly what I do.
take a cartoon character, fucking Dexter's Lab, whatever show you grew up with, and just draw that in your own style. Yeah, you drew a fucking Dexter's Lab picture.
Oh yeah, we all did that one day.
Yeah. So that's my advice.
When I do streams, I ask the people, I'm like, yeah, what'll I draw? Then I use that as a warm up, and then I do commissions on my streams. So like just like I ask people what I draw, and then I'll do that's my warm up, and then that's all I do. What about you, Sabrina?
Depending on what I draw, because I do a lot of figures and like things related to drawing people. Usually, like in the figure drawing classes I've taken, they start off with really, really quick stuff, and then it gradually increases
more
into
elaborate.
a longer sort of thing. So you can kind of, you start off really loose. Like you're probably not gonna like the first ones anyway. So you're not committed to that.
Yeah.
You're just getting warmed
You
up.
just fuck it out of the way for
Yeah,
just
yeah.
to
You
get
do
to the-
stuff that is short as 15 seconds, 30 seconds, and you could do faces, you could do whole poses, like gesture, like quick stick bend kind of thing. Just whip it out. For,
Oh,
like,
another website that's so handy is Pixel Lovely. You know
I was
that?
gonna say Pixel Lovely.
But the 30
Love Castle.
The 30 seconds is
I
way
think
too
the
low for
castle
me.
one's down. I used to use
Oh,
it. I think it is. I'm not
I
sure.
like that.
No,
Don't quote me
Pixel
on
Lovely is great. They have like so many pictures. Except that ginger girl always annoys me.
that. You know,
Same picture.
You know that ginger girl?
I think I've seen the
I
one.
have
The tits.
Adam Phillips sent me a website that has different anatomical references, and it's a fucking
the 3D
really
one?
good site. It has like what?
The 3D one?
I'll show it. I'll post it on the description.
And
for
art
this
blogs on Tumblr are really
Yeah.
helpful too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, even on DeviantArt, there's a ton of like tutorials.
I'll link all the ones that I have set bookmarked.
Yeah,
because
I'll
they're
give
really
you.
good. The
I'll
ones I
send
use
you
always
those,
help
Zach,
me out.
because I've got a couple bookmarked too that I like.
Yeah.
There's some that are good for like animals, faces, whatever you feel like.
Yeah.
Just pick something that you're not quite comfortable with,
Yeah,
and
go out of your comfort zone as much as you can.
just set like an
Yeah.
hour or 2 hours aside or something like that, and then
Because a
by
lot of
the end
people are
of
like,
it.
I can draw really good pigs. It's like, well, draw something besides it, whatever.
keep
whatever
doing
it
new
is.
stuff.
Yeah,
Don't do
yeah.
the same thing. You'll get bored and stagnant. And
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nikki.
Yeah, basically, Sabrina summed it up the best, just gestures and stuff. Also, like another fun technique or another activity, whatever, is like you draw a shape. And then you try to make something out of that shape.
Yeah.
That's always fun.
What's fun about
It's
that
just
one
a
is
fun
if you
game,
could get
too.
somebody else to draw the shape for
Yeah.
you. So
Yeah.
get somebody else to draw a face. Or
Yeah,
try to
like
make
at the office the other day, we were
Yeah.
drawing shapes, like make that into a sexy lady. And
Yeah,
of course,
yeah.
they're like horrible looking,
to the forward. Yeah.
but it's fun.
On this note, I'm curious. This is wasn't asked by anybody, but I'm curious. What is your guys' favorite thing to draw? What do you prefer to draw when you can? I know it is for both of you. But go ahead.
No, you go first.
No,
I'm
you say
curious.
it. You say it.
You say
Let's
fucking
go back
joke.
this way. Hey, let's go back this way.
Okay, you first.
My favorite thing to draw?
Yeah.
I
say it.
like ladies. I like drawing curvy ladies. It's fun to draw cute things. Kind of seductive, devious looking.
Ooh.
Monster Girls is a lot of fun. Yeah, ladies basically. I want to get better at drawing fucking guys. That's one weakness of mine.
Yeah.
You go, Sabrina.
Just look at the mirror.
Ditto. I just tried
Look at your big man.
Chris, you're on thin. You're on fucking thin ice over there, mister. You better fucking watch yourself tonight.
Chris, funny.
Chris, you better sleep with your hands over your throat.
I don't know. I like drawing boobies and butts. I like pinups.
Oh, I'm gonna come.
Oh no, okay, no. I have a story. I have a story about the pinup thing, but I'll save that for another one, I guess. But yeah, obviously pinups, like figures, female figures.
You're not weird, but you're like 60s. You're like 60s demon girl kind of style. Like
yeah,
those, like those,
I love that stuff.
40s. I think that's 40s. That's like, you know,
40s,
Coca-Cola adverts in the 40s.
That's like World War II kind of stuff. But
I actually, my favorite pinup artist ever is Gilles Elfgren or whatever. He's like 60s pinups kind of thing. Like his paintings are like half the stuff that I do are
you should
just based
seriously do a calendar of that.
I want to. If I had time.
Sabrina, where do you go for like references? You said what's that website?
Pinterest now.
Yeah, they
surprisingly.
I think one of my bookmarks is Pinterest. I think it is.
Yeah,
I think
it's actually like Cat Fat recommended it to me, and I started actually looking
Cat
for like.
Fat Newgrounds.
Shout out to him.
Yeah,
Great animator. Sean, his name's Sean. Just learned that the other night.
Great guy, very handsome.
Yeah, he just
didn't need that last part, but alright.
Well, yeah, it's true. Alright, I'm just putting it all out there.
No, yeah. Pinterest is good for like if you make one specifically for art, you can kind of compile references of things you're interested in. Like for me, it's like pinup girls, like monster girls, like character concepts, skulls, things like that inspire me to draw stuff.
We should all link our stuff we use or have bookmarked.
Yeah.
Just all of us we'll make it a big fucking cluster of
cool.
stuff
Yeah,
that'll help out.
I hate when people follow my Tumblr because I haven't updated it since around the time I got my tablet and all
well,
this
you
stuff.
should start updating it.
Horrendous.
Get on that.
All right, on my Tumblr.
It helps. Like I know Tumblr's not the best website, but it's still you can get a good amount.
Well, my Tumblr is good. I love Tumblr on my one because I only follow art tutorials. So
the website as a platform and as what it is fine, but it's the community that's bad.
Yeah.
Nothing about Tumblr is like a you know.
I don't see any of that. Where do people go to find all that shit on Tumblr?
Look, it happens when you start following artists and they start getting they start reblogging shit like, oh, this artist is really good for their fucking site.
Is that where it comes from?
There's a lot of really good artists on there who are just maniacs.
I don't follow anybody. All I do,
my guy died today. Finally, it's like, all right, thank you. Go back to drawing whatever the fuck.
I don't follow anybody. Like anatomicalart.tumblr.com is probably my best reference on there.
It somehow bleeds through though. It happened to me.
Like sometimes
I follow people pretty strictly, and I still got some of it in my face. So I was like, alright, fuck this website.
Corey showed me one, and this is really funny and awkward, but Corey follows one called, I think, Strong and Beautiful or something, or Strong and something, but it's specifically like super ripped chicks that are always like half naked or naked. Ooh. And like he was like, you should follow this, and that was when I was actually studying the pinups really like specifically, and so I followed it too, and I just like left it on my Tumblr feed. So you know, I get back to Edmonton and I go back to work, and I'm on Tumblr at work, and I'm scrolling through, and then like a whole bunch of these pictures show up in the feed, and I'm like trying to scroll faster, just like, holy shit, looking over my shoulder.
Yeah. Like, I follow some not safe for work.
Yeah, I follow voluptuous breasts.
And it's like I was at the when I worked at the office, like I was scrolling down during lunch, there's like this nice throbbing dick right there. I was like, holy shit! Look around, make sure my old boss didn't fucking see it.
Hold on your pants and flick the beat.
That was an empty frame.
I should clarify, it wasn't like a photograph of a throbbing. It was like a drawing of a throbbing.
It wasn't a real throbbing cock.
But the drawings are usually more vulgar because they have like little bits of cum coming down.
Yeah, they are. It's much more like.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof. It's good hot here.
Oh Jesus.
Now, what's your favorite thing to draw?
I just draw like people. I'm trying to do backgrounds now too, like vibrant, colorful backgrounds. I used to do really like, what's the color palette where it's not very vibrant?
Pastel?
No, you just like no, color-wise.
Oh, like monochromatic?
No, really, but like I just use. But then Zach was teaching me about colors being nice, being vibrant. So I'm trying to do that in backgrounds, and they actually do look a lot nicer. Like, yeah, just learning about that shit.
Like limited color palettes?
Yeah, kind of.
Cool.
Just faces.
Yeah. You're really good at just drawing, like improvising that stuff. Like the creases and the wrinkles in the face.
Yeah, no, I think my favorite stuff to draw is like stuff that pulls and tugs on the skin. Like muscle, like a buff guy is fun, but you can only really draw a buff guy because his muscles are always gonna be the same.
Yeah.
But I always like to draw like people who are old because you're drawing a couple pictures. You're drawing a guy who's a regular guy but also older. Then if you make them fatter or give them facial hair, it's like you're adding different stuff to it. Stuff that kind of pulls on the skin in different ways. Yeah. And the thing too is you can draw people at different stages of fatness, people from different stages of oldness. Yeah. You can draw 30-year-old guys who look a bit different from an 80-year-old guy or a 100-year-old guy.
Yeah, you've been doing that thing lately. I was sitting next to Zach's office, and he's drawing on a Cintiq, like, he has on one layer it's like a young, like just a regular guy, and then on the other layer it's like what he would look like as an old guy.
That's a really fun thing to do. I recommend that. It's a really fun exercise. Drawing, or you can do it backwards. So you could draw like a 20-year-old guy and be like, okay, I'll draw when he's 40 or 80. Or draw a really, really old guy, or a really fat old guy, or a really skinny old guy, and do backwards. So what did this guy look like when he was 30? It's fun to go with that and just be like, how did the face change? How did the bones grow? How does the nose and ears grow? How did the eyes sag and so on? How did he lose hair?
That's cool.
It's good to keep drawing activities fun.
Yeah.
Because you can very easily get bored.
Just be loose with it. Just make it organic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would just say faces and how its skin ages and pulls and tugs and changes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you guys ever find like when you do warm-up drawings and like stuff like that where you actually like what you're drawing, that you get caught up in your practice drawing?
You try to finish it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
how I. That's
You spend
how I
5
make
hours in the
drawings.
practice drawing. You're like, well, but I'll do commissions tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I always do that. I'm so bad with that. I'm still doing commissions from like January.
Oh, I know, me too.
What about you, Chris? What do you like drawing?
You like drawing like weird fucking monsters, right? Like
You like to draw all those
It's like drawing
shitting kiss monsters.
Yeah, with
big
holes for
titties.
dicks and stuff.
With
Everyone
our feet
answered
are
my
actually
question.
our hair.
Everyone answered my question. I'm done.
Oh, stop crying. Oh, stop. Fuck off.
Need some tissue.
It's true, though.
Demons, dinosaurs, skulls, fucking buff monsters,
Oh, I'm sorry that I asked you.
big fat titties,
Yeah.
big fat asses,
Wait, Chris, I have a
mountains.
question.
What?
Who's your favorite artist? Like, you showed me someone's work. It was like really dark.
Oh, the fucking Baskinski, I think, or
Oh
something.
yeah.
Oh, I've
You
heard
showed me
of
him too.
I hate that question because I don't like any fucking artist. I'm
Yeah, I'm
a total
kinda bad at
idiot
that
when it comes
too.
to that. I don't
No,
know
yeah.
one artist by name.
Like that's a real typical fucking tryhard answer. I don't know. I like fucking any art that looks
Yeah, it's
cool.
just situational. It's whatever you like.
In episode 22, I said that realistic art is hard to do, but a lot of people can do it. What's really hard to do, what's really, really challenging, is simplifying that into an appealing art style. And a lot of people ask me, like, for what cartoon styles I like, so I should post some. We can all do that too.
You like kind of basic, nice.
A lot of people think I like John Kay, but John Kay's art is really good to me sometimes, or it's really unappealing.
Which one's John Kay again?
It's Ren and
Ren and
Stimpy.
Stimpy.
Oh, cool.
Like
yeah.
the Ren and Stimpy TV show is really appealing to look at, but then John Kay's actual like blog, it's not bad art, but it's not my kind of style.
Huh.
You know, I think
It's not
Billy
your
Vandy,
refined taste.
Maxwell Adams, Billy Vandy. I think that's a way better art style. I think that's Billy Vandy had one of the best art styles. I like season 2.
Cute. I like Ben 10.
SpongeBob too was a great. But all those shows had like a weird artistic peak though. It was like a weird, like if you watch the beginning of those shows and the end of them, they're bad.
Way
There's a nice middle ground for both of those shows.
Yeah, isn't it usually like season 5 or 4 of season of
SpongeBob had a really good art style in season 2. Season 3 started to get a little bit stale.
Yeah.
A little bit, not stale, but like more like kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Not computerized, but kind of
stiff.
not even stiff, just kind of more.
Looks too clean now.
Yeah, it was too. Yeah, too.
You just have this
stale.
like undersea rusty grit to it.
Yeah, Billy and Randy had that too. By the later seasons, it had like a kind of too clean. So there's the same thing with that. It's like season 2 or 3 of that show.
Yeah, that's because they use the same assets and stuff.
I'll post a lot of different artists.
I watched the new episode of Family Guy last night, and it was the premise of the show was the roast of Peter Griffin, and like it cut to like Meg laughing. And like her shoulders weren't even attached to her body when she was like they were going up and down. I swear to God, they just like came off her body when she was like laughing.
A lot of people think like it's a bandwagon. Oh, it's so easy to hate a Family Guy. But if you look at it from an animation perspective, it's seriously heartbreaking. If you go back and watch season 1, the comedy stuff I can forgive. It's gone up for 13 seasons.
Yeah.
You're gonna run out of shit. I don't like that. I'll just not watch the show if I don't like it.
Yeah.
But from an animation perspective, it's objectively lazier. It has less frames. They reuse more. It's worse.
It is.
So
It's
coming
like
from an animation perspective, where you guys are working really hard to do like frame by frame.
I wouldn't even mind it,
Yeah,
but
me
well,
either.
the biggest thing was Chris and I used Toonbook, which is we finally got the tutorial for how to use that. Mm-hmm. And when I used that, I was like, holy fuck! And Family Guy uses that too. So when we learned how to use it, it became way more obvious how lazy they were. When I thought they just did it like however, I was like, that's lazy. But they use so many fucking, it's drag and drop literally.
The exact same assets. Like Peter
for
Laughing
example,
would be the same Peter
I
Laughing.
didn't know they could do this. For example, if the show cuts to like nighttime and the color palette changes, you press a button, all the colors change.
Yeah.
You don't have to go frame by frame to color it in.
yeah.
It's all done. It's super canned.
Yeah, all their arm movements are just like dragging and dropping frames, and then their arms will like fill in the in between.
Which wouldn't bother me if the show had lost a budget or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? Like, but if you go back and watch season 1 or 2, it had like a whatever smaller budget. The budget's got bigger. It's doubled.
Yeah.
and the animation looks worse. That's why it's heartbreaking.
Well, then
So I'm not just fucking bandwagoning.
He's making so much money, and this show is getting worse, right?
Yeah. And by the way, it shouldn't look like Disney. I think comedic shows I think comedy shows would lose their comedic essence if they look too good. Yeah. I think if you animated South Park like Disney, it wouldn't look too funny.
No, well, there was stuff like the Animaniacs that was really charming but amazing.
But for the type of humor it was charming humor.
You could never animate like The Simpsons like Disney or South Park like Disney. You have to have a specific style for it.
Yeah, yours is very like bouncy and like fast.
It has to be fast.
Yeah, I think it's important when you're trying to convey a humorous like show, animation, whatever. You have to match it with the right style.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's that question answered in the follow. Really.
Okay. Let's see.
Answer this one.
I'm going to. Don't sesame. Sesame. Give an answer.
Okay.
They're fucking retards over there, dude.
Oh, guys are fucking retards.
Yeah, I'm Nicky Dad from Seattle. I got a stutter. Fuck you.
I'm sorry, this Chanel's retarded cousin.
Whatever, let's get out of the shower and
Look
pull my
over there,
pussy up.
Sabrina. Look at they're touching wieners over there.
Oh, we're funny.
That's
We're girls.
gross,
We're funny
guys.
girls.
I'm Nicky. Whenever I got a shower, I trip over my titties. I always flip all over.
I'm Zach. Nice. Boom.
Yo, shut up. Go.
Hey, I didn't give a shit when she said that. I didn't hear what she said. I didn't hear it.
Because your ears are full of gross
Sorry,
wax.
Zach, you're better off not hearing that. That was
Clean your ears out.
Yeah, you
Gross.
The next question from Patreon. Thanks for wasting your money. Comes from Ben Van Camp. If you could bring back anyone from the dead to be on the podcast, who would it be and why? Also, I'm gay.
Zach actually didn't add that.
You didn't need that last part, Ben.
Zach, you coming out of the closet?
Mom, Dad. Okay, Chris, who would you bring back on the podcast as
I
a
need to
guest?
think about it. I don't know yet. Start with Nikki.
Like someone a
dead
friend?
person, a dead guy.
anyone who's dead.
Anybody? Hitler.
He'd be a good guest.
He'd be a good guest. He'd be
For
funny.
the podcast.
Yeah, I get him. I go to Dunkin'. I get him a coffee and sit down and be like, oh, yeah.
I was like, so how was the Holocaust on your perspective?
It was a little pricey. Like, we could have done it better. We didn't do a very good job.
He kind of talked like that, didn't he?
He actually had a really deep voice.
Yeah, but then sometimes. Did you ever see the
that dude used a fucking. He's like one of those guys at Xbox who pitches his voice down. Yo, dude, what's up? Yo, what's up, man?
Did you ever
fucking pussy?
Did you ever hear this conversation with Hitler in a coffee shop?
It wasn't. I don't think it was a coffee shop, but I think it was.
It was a coffee shop, actually.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm actually positive.
Are you positive about that?
Yeah. And he was just having a normal conversation, drinking a coffee with.
They
some
did that
guy.
privately without his permission. They like hid behind the wall.
Yeah, and they recorded it, and he was like, "Hey, what's up with the fucking Jews, huh?" And they're like, "Ah, that's stupid." I would bring back Leonard Nimoy.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
What about you, Sabrina?
I'm just kidding.
To be on this particular podcast?
To be sitting here like Sabrina with such a big family.
Honestly, the most relevant and like I think the coolest person to have on here would be that Ed Gould.
He would be.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Way to bring the fucking mood down,
Sorry,
Sabrina.
no,
God
I
damn.
mean it though. I haven't met him in person.
Jesus Christ. You're off the podcast, Sabrina.
I didn't mean it. I just you're fired.
No, he would definitely be a guest.
Yeah.
Let's go back to dead puppies to lighten the mood up.
Shit, I'm sorry. That was the question. What do you want?
I'd bring back my
I'm just
mom.
yanking your titties, Sabrina.
Stop.
He's just twisting the nips here.
Stop.
Zach, go.
Who's a dead guy?
There's plenty of them.
I have Walt Disney on here. He'd be like, look, Walt.
Dude, like.
He would
Think
have
you're cool?
some.
Honestly, would like to see how he would feel about Disney right now.
He would know. He would seriously like. When
He'd be impressed by it. Everyone's like, oh, if Walt Disney could see that. Fuck that. He'd be impressed.
yeah,
by
he was
it.
like a pioneer. He would be all for the 3D shit.
I think Disney's such a money-hungry company. It's scary.
If he was alive, he'd seriously probably be one of the richest guys alive.
He was when he was alive.
I think who was the richest guy who ever lived? Wasn't it?
I think Bill Gates is the richest guy.
No.
ever
It
lived.
was. Who's the?
Rockefeller.
Yeah, it was Rockefeller. He was worth like $600 billion adjusted for inflation.
Is Bill Gates still?
No, he just gives away all his money, so he's not. But he would be. He gave away like a shit.
I actually heard he climbed back up a little bit. I think he's number 1 or number 2 now. He went back up a little bit.
Yeah.
I never pay attention because every time I look this up, I get like really depressed because I'm like, I'll never make it there.
How many times he could buy you over?
Every time I see someone younger
These guys could buy countries.
like that Oculus Rift guy, anytime I see someone like younger than me who's like way more like brilliant and way like got way more money, I'm like,
I'm more handsome.
Yeah, he's gonna be.
He's not that handsome.
He's more
He's got
handsome
nice
than you,
cars. He's got a nice house. He's super funny.
Like, there's the dude who made the 5-0 app. It's like a police scanner app for your phone. He's like a billionaire, and he's just on Facebook, and he has like pictures of his Lamborghini and shit.
That must piss you off.
A little bit.
What about you, Chris?
Who would you bring back on the? Who would you bring on the podcast from the dead?
First guy who ever fucked a horse.
Oh, Mr. Hands?
No, the first guy who ever fucked a horse.
What?
I don't know. He must have been from like centuries ago.
Dude, he would be some like brown guy.
So?
It's disgusting.
Yeah, I want to see what he has to say about it.
Just kidding. Jokes, guys, jokes. Comedy.
I don't think that was a joke, no.
Guys, that's a real apology to us.
I know what I just said was really insensitive to people, and I'd like to make a formal apology.
Go on.
That was it.
Oh.
That was it? That was the most pathetic apology.
I'm sorry.
Read this one, but for Christ's sake, if you make a joke with this guy's name, I'm not gonna.
Okay, Zach, I won't. What's his name? Which guy?
Here we go. It's the third one. Yeah.
Dave.
Go ahead, say it. Just say it.
Dave Cummings.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, what?
Dave Cummings.
Wait, hold on. Dave something great. You could be. Is that the joke?
No. Dave Cummings.
Oh, I get it. like a wave. Like an ocean wave.
Yeah, wave is coming. You know, run away. Ah. Okay, so if you were the best man on Earth,
No.
what's the first thing
Last.
you do? If you were the last man, Zach, your handwriting is horrendous.
See, I wanted that to be a topic of the last episode.
If you were the last man on Earth, what's the first thing you'd do? Play golf off New York somewhere.
Off New York.
And
All of New
run away
York.
from zombies and watch SpongeBob.
Well, next question. I probably, what would you do if let's assume the situation is this: you wake up, everyone's gone, everyone's disappeared, planes didn't fall out of the sky, or anything, everything's just pretty much
They just
peacefully in
floated around
space.
up
like a Twilight Zone episode, like you wake up,
Exactly.
everything's the same, but people are they're not gone.
Things are still going, the stores are still going, the generators are still going.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do? I'd probably seriously just walk into restaurants and just grab food and shit.
You have to
I'd
do that
probably-
for so long.
I'd probably fucking pig out at first and then feel shitty, disgusted
Like,
with
what
myself.
would you do to survive?
Yeah,
Or like,
who do you try to impress though? So
No, I just want to eat food and be like, oh, I'm not gonna take anything I want. Then I kill myself.
yeah.
The next day, I just eat my ice cream.
Would the electricity last forever, though?
Assume it would, sure.
Well, then you're fine.
What are you gonna do though? You're
Chris
so
will do the
lonely.
same thing he does every day.
You just fucking...
Make music and draw pictures.
Yeah, and then you could go to the Rocky Step and slide down them.
The end.
You suck, Chris. Okay, so bring Nikki.
I don't know. I'd fucking
Boo.
jaywalk. I'd walk around naked.
People do that
Oh, I
here
do
anyways,
that.
Nikki.
Yeah.
I don't
do
know.
that.
Fucking have sex with things. I don't know.
Things.
You do that anyways. You do both. You do everything you just said right now.
Would
as
you put
it
your
is.
pussy on the Rocky Steps and slide left and right?
Would you
Yeah.
go da da oh, oh,
I feel like I'd honestly just kill myself. Cause like
Yeah, exactly.
I live for
I need some
interaction with people. I'd go crazy.
I'd go do a gun
Like,
jump and blow my fucking
You'd be
brains
so-
out.
yeah,
Even
you'd be
when
lonely,
I'm drawing,
but-
like I would like people were like, oh yeah, I'd get so much work done if there's no people in the world. It's like
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
For
It's like,
what?
No,
it's
you
like,
go crazy with sadness, but just try it. Try and live
No,
for a bit.
I get puppies and kitties and live with them.
There's nothing left
No,
now.
nothing.
There's not a
There's
single
All the
bug.
people are
There's
gone.
not a fly.
You can't make up rules.
It's literally a Twilight Zone episode. Okay, the stores keep refilling food. Everything keeps running, but nobody's there.
But there's cats and dogs.
There's no cats and dogs.
Now
Fuck
there's
you.
not.
Yeah, no. Yeah, exactly. There's no cats and dogs.
You know who would be absolutely at home with this reality?
Jeff.
Shadman.
Shad.
Oh, Shad.
You'd
Yeah,
just
Shad
be
would too.
like, da da da, like just keep drawing, like
Shad would,
nothing would
yeah.
phase him. You'd
Yeah.
just
yeah, but he
cloud
get no
nine.
like interactions with people.
I feel like
online.
Shad, deep down in his rusty heart, he would
It's rusty.
have one drop of like, he would shed one tear for us.
Maybe.
I would go insane. Because you'd be so paranoid with nobody around. You'd be like,
you can try out so much stuff you couldn't do before, though.
Like
you can
what?
go to a sex shop, use every single toy. You
what you've been thinking about this entire time, Chris?
What if everyone reappeared when you were doing that?
That's what I'm saying. That'd be what I'd be afraid of. Like, either I'm dead, like this is hell, or you know what I mean. I would assume something's gonna happen.
Just bring it all into your room and do it.
Why would you? Well, why though? You don't have a room. The world is your room now.
Yeah. So go.
All right. Next question.
Sabrina.
Next question. Which one are we
the bottom
on?
one
At the end.
It's the bottom one.
All right, this one's from
That's
Creepy.
too bad to read. I'll read it for you.
Oh.
I can read, Zach.
Start again.
Thank you.
Oh, his
You did so much
handwriting's pretty shitty here.
Oh.
Okay, this one's from Creepy McPasta.
You don't say pasta.
Oh! Look at you squinting now! You can read it, huh?
Holy shit!
Holy fuck!
Okay.
Look at that!
No.
I can read it. She squints and makes a weird face. Okay, read away, Sabrina.
Give me a second.
Read the
Zach.
Read the ancient Egyptian.
Zach, I'm sorry. Okay, you guys mentioned many times that you drink. What's each of your drink of choice? Like, what's your go-to?
I like whiskey a lot. I like vodka. I like whiskey and 7-Up. That's a good combo. Or ginger ale.
Or jizz.
Yeah, you gave me some of that last time.
That's
It
a
was very good.
strong-
I don't like vodka. I actually hate vodka. I fucking despise vodka.
I've been drinking a lot of vodka while here. I think because of Mick and Stamper. But whiskey is my go-to.
It's not my go-to. I had whiskey last night, you know, because it's the first time I've had whiskey since I fucking puked my guts out of MagFest. I was like, no thank you. But whiskey is, I like it. I think it's not as fine, but whenever I have vodka, like, I make like a weird sour face. I can't do it.
My
You almost
hangovers
recoil.
with vodka are terrible. I get really bad headaches. But hangovers with whiskey, it's not as bad.
Yeah.
But like whiskey is harder for me to down compared to vodka. But I think in the end, it's
I get
about the
intense
hangover.
hangovers, man. I'd be an alcoholic if hangovers didn't exist.
I like ciders. Any kind of cider, like apple, like there's like all the different flavors. There's like peach and a pear and all
Blue
the
Moon.
mixes. Yeah, what's it called? Like Summersby blackberry cider. That stuff's good.
You're like angry
It's like-
or
Yeah, like what did we have at the brick house the other day? You had like that huge freaking
Yeah, she
beer
had a
bong.
fucking beer bong, dude.
I gotta explain. I saw on the
tall as
menu.
you.
What was the place called? Brick House or
It was
whatever?
Brick House Tavern.
Yeah.
On the menu, the first thing I see is beer bong.
And you're like done. It's like,
Yeah, her
yeah,
eyes
it's
looked like it was like a child on Christmas Day.
She's like, look at this!
And you know what? Fuck you, Niall, because you had like 4 glasses. Zach and we had like one glass.
yeah.
I had 1 glass from that. And fucking
And who
you
paid
guys
for
are
it?
fucking
Who
alcoholic
paid for it?
vultures.
You paid for
I
it.
paid
Yeah,
for
you paid
it.
for it.
Thank you, Nikki.
It's okay.
It was Blue Moon.
I
That's
love
my
you guys.
favorite.
I want you guys to have a good time.
I did have a good time.
420 beer bong.
I should say though, first of all, fuck you for saying that. Second of all, I should say I don't drink that often. I mean, Chris is like the same way as me.
yeah, me too though.
We don't, none of us drink that often.
Just around you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Milk gets me wasted.
You told me I had water, I couldn't drink anymore, I fell asleep.
Chris, did you say your favorite yet?
He's a cider boy.
I like me
Cider boy.
some fucking Bulmers.
Cider boy.
What?
It's here. It's called Wagner's or Magners? I don't know. Fucking.
Oh no, it's Bulmers in Ireland, England it's Magners, but here you get Angry Orchard, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Angry Orchard.
Cider.
Yeah, I just get like Blue Moon or Yingling, whatever.
I'll drink Blue Moon.
Blue Moon's one of my favorite beers now.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah, I
nice. It has a
love
nice
Blue
taste.
Moon. It's
Before I used to drink Shock Top a lot. I used to have that all the fucking time. Those are pretty
It
good.
took
I have some right there in that bottle. It's
It
pretty
took
good.
actual literally about 400 bottles of Blue Moon before I actually liked it.
Nice.
But Mick bought this shit called Dragon Sneezes.
Dragon.
No, Dragon's
Piss.
Milk.
Oh, that's it.
Dragon's Milks.
How did you even fuck that up
It was.
to that degree?
Dragon sickles.
It's like $90 per box of it, but that shit was tasty.
Yeah, the alcohol percentage is like fucking 8 what is it?
Oh,
8,
11.
12?
I had like
Okay, so
3 of
12.
those beers. I was done. I was like almost blackout.
You should have eaten my fucking food, didn't you?
We
You
didn't
drank that and ate my food.
So we're all watching a movie a few days ago. Zach
Yeah.
decides to make a plate of leftovers in the microwave.
Heat up my delicious Vietnamese food that I barely ate. I was like, I'll save it for later. I'll have a delicious meal later.
And what a mistake that was,
Yeah, it
sitting down
was.
next to all these people
These
drinking.
fucking vultures.
I was like, I asked my
Nikki.
good friend Zach, I was like, can I have some broccoli, please?
What did I do?
Nikki.
Broccoli?
What did I do? I'm a good Samaritan. What did I do?
Nikki, I have a confession to make. I'm the broccoli bandit.
You are the fucker. You ate all the broccoli.
He was spilling his tits
You
in fucking
stupid.
broccoli.
I wanted like 4 pieces. I saw like 5.
You know what I wanted? My fucking food that I paid for.
I had a broccoli. I had a
Look,
broccoli.
I'm sorry. I was hungry. I didn't have dinner.
Here's
I
what
was
happened.
drunk.
I was trying to be quiet. I didn't want to scrape the fucking plate.
I had one broccoli though, but that was
shut up. I didn't want to scrape the plate and chew my fucking lips, so I was very carefully picking at it, eating very quietly. These vultures sort of sticking their heads like zombies
that was
picking
Mick,
me. No, it was you.
What?
Yeah, it was you and all of you.
I didn't
Can
do
I
it.
have a bite? Can I have a bite?
Oh, fine, here you
I
go.
didn't fucking do it.
Nikki sticks her big fucking crypt keeper hand, her big fucking disgusting hand, grabs a piece of chicken and starts smacking your lips like a corpse.
Fuck
And I was
you,
like-
Zach. You
I was like,
offered.
fine.
You offered.
I was like, fine, I'll be nice, I'll be generous.
When you sat down,
And then
you were picking.
Nick's big Chinese eyes light up. I think I couldn't
They
see.
got a little bit bigger.
Listen, Zach, you sat down. I saw you with your fork. You were just picking at it for 10
I was
minutes.
I was
I was watching you. You were
I
right
was
next
being
to me.
quiet. I was being courteous because we were watching a movie. I didn't want to be.
But you weren't even taking a bite. You were just
I
taking
was.
your damn fork and just
Then I leave. I go to the
stirring it.
bathroom. I go to the bathroom. Mick is like a big fucking. He's like a pig with a big bucket of shit. He's just fucking downing it. Like he's seriously like, Mick, give me the food back. He's staring at the screen like a child.
Yeah, you just didn't give it
He's
back. when you were
shoveling
saying
it.
that.
He's shoveling
You
it.
didn't give it back.
Fuck you, Mick. Give me lunch.
I had
Anyways,
one piece of broccoli.
my point.
Broccoli.
Yeah.
Broccoli.
Broccoli.
Monopoly.
Anyway,
Anyways, fuck all of you for eating my food. Like delicious food.
thanks, Zach.
That was all I had all that day.
Broccoli drama
Was
of
2 pieces
2015.
Yeah, broccoli gate.
pieces of broccoli and
2 pieces of rice until these monsters
sliver
fucking
of
starved
chicken.
me.
Sorry, Zach.
what was the
fine.
question?
The question was,
Favorite alcohol or whatever.
oh yeah.
Kate, this one, Snapper gave me one that tasted like Fruity Pebbles. You guys know the
Oh
name
yeah,
of
that
it?
drink.
I'm
yeah.
trying to read it because I have a picture of it here. It was like Lanenlugen.
Yeah, it was something like that. It's like linen. Yeah, it's just Fruity Pebbles.
I don't know what that
It's that. But it tastes like Fruity Pebbles. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Nikki
that's
Spring, what would you do?
What?
You guys fall asleep.
Yeah.
You wake up. Hey, baby. It's like the Hedgehog, Jaleel White version. He's grabbing your breast.
Hey, baby, you ready for a good time? You were asking for it. I saw you dressing this way, baby. I followed you home.
I pick him up, throw him out the fucking window.
He dodges you. What do you do?
He's too fast for
Then
that.
I pick him up
Hey,
and I
baby, you
kick
trying
him.
to fight back?
I fucking set rat traps around the fucking floorboard so he gets stuck on it like the wax paper.
He pulls out his cock. It's actually very nice. It's also black.
Yeah, he's got a nice big black dick. Like one of those really nice ones.
He's sitting. He's laying back like, you know, one of those porn ads. It's like doctors hate this guy when he's like laying back.
Yeah,
and he's
one
got
of
a
those
big
really
cock.
tasty black
He
cocks.
lays back on his back and he's like,
What do you think, baby?
Is this way past cool or
What
what?
about chili dog?
Well, if he does that, then I'm just taking off my panties right away. Cause woo,
He takes the
You're
mask.
hopping
He
black
takes,
dick.
he takes the mask off.
You were hopping on that.
It was actually.
Sonic's dick is not black.
He takes his mask off. It was actually
That's a Quiz Jam reference.
Jimmy Neutron.
No, hell no. Fuck that. I kill myself right there. Gun out. Boom. Dead on the floor.
What if Jimmy? But no, Jimmy says, "Wait, before you do that, look what I got stacked in my hair.
He's like, hear me out.
Look at my
I
hair."
know. Look, he's like, look, I'm not one of your average guys. I know I'm not. Look, I don't have a lot going on the outside, and I know I'm a little bit autistic. I know I have medication that keeps me from killing myself. I know my penis, one of my testicles, is very big and disgusting.
Yeah,
I know.
but I
know that I probably won't live very long. I know that I'm not going to be very tall ever. Please just hear me out. I know this sounds horrible. Please just get to know me. Please, Nikki. Please. It's me, Jimmy
No,
Neutron,
hell
born genius.
no, I would not.
I've got
No,
a good
I don't
personality.
fucking care. I don't know.
Okay,
no.
but he says, "Wait, before you kill me, I have an invention that I made." He takes out a ray gun, blasts himself, Sonic the Hedgehog. What would you do?
And then Sushi jumps in and rips his throat out, and Sonic dies.
Oh
The end.
god. Oh god.
You know,
you keep bringing this podcast down, Sabrina. Make me
related
sad.
to Jimmy Neutron. Do you
Go for
remember
it.
the black girl? Remember?
Okay, easy now.
Remember when she got her
Do they
hair?
have rights now too, Nikki?
Remember when her hair was like changed?
Yeah. I
No,
remember.
What was the
Oh yeah,
black
they
girl's
changed
name?
the. You mean in the show? That should be like on the street.
Like the hairstyle. The hairstyle.
yeah, the black girl.
changed.
What's her name?
She
it was
got really
Sydney's friend.
hot.
Yeah, they gave her
Yeah,
huge
they
titties
gave her a
and big
slutty
ass.
laugh, and they also changed Jimmy's pants too. They gave him a different haircut. They gave Sydney.
But yeah, they gave Jimmy white sneakers instead of little brown
They
fucking
also
Peter
gave
Griffin
pants
shoes.
instead of shorts.
Yeah.
See, I didn't notice that. I just noticed the fucking hair.
That's because all you care about is the fucking black.
I love hair. I'm a woman. I like Chris's hair. I want to braid it. It looks so long and pretty.
He's got nice hair.
It does.
When he runs...
So do you, Niall.
No, I don't. My hair's thin.
When you run, it like
creepy.
goes up and down like a little boy. It's kind of cute.
When I was getting a haircut, the black lady
When you do dance, it's like...
When I was getting a haircut, the black lady was like, "I love your hair." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." And she was like, "I love your hair." And she kept like sticking her hand through it doing that. And I was like, "Thank you." She was like, "I love your hair."
It's fucking wet down there.
And then she washed it, and because she gave me a haircut, and she washed it after, and she was like, "Oh."
Was she making direct eye contact with you?
I was closing my fucking eyes. I didn't want to look.
Now, I am not a racist, okay?
Go on.
Careful.
But
You hate that dirty.
Careful.
What?
Dirty what?
African people cannot cut white people's hair. However, white people cannot cut African people's hairs. But
Their hairs.
But the thing is,
Niall,
Yeah.
if they were born here, they're not African.
You fucking idiot.
They're
African
black-
Americans, you goon.
They're not
from
Americans.
Africa.
They're Americans.
I'm Irish American.
You were born in you live in Ireland your whole life.
Yeah.
If they were born here, and your parents and
God damn it,
grandparents and
Niall.
great grandparents were,
Colored folk.
Negras.
Okay, Grandpa.
But see, the thing is, when I lived in this bad area in Trenton, New Jersey, and the only hairdressers around was somewhere
those
that
are just shitty haircut places, dude.
reflected the area. No, they gave some dapper American gentleman a nice haircut before
Did you say black?
before me, and then I sat down. I was like, "Yeah, can you give me like kind of a short sides and like keep it a little bit on top so I can style it up?" And he goes, "Yeah, my man." And then he cut my hair, and I looked like Lloyd Christmas out of Dumb and Dumber. And then he turned me around and he goes, "What do you think of that?" And I was like, "Ah!" No, I was actually like,
Did you like the Home Alone scream?
No, it's too awkward. I just go like, "That's
Yes,
great," and I went
nice,
home
thank you.
sad.
Oh.
Yeah. This has been Sleepy Cast.
Oh
Thanks
god.
for joining us.
Oh my god.
We're all horny now.
Yeah, it's got
Not
a bit hot and
me.
heavy.
Guys, we're gonna have an orgy. You fucking sweaty nerds are gonna say, look, I want everybody listening right now to fucking lift their shirts up and look down. You should be ashamed of yourself, you fucking slobs. On this crazy episode, we're gonna discuss what you guys have all been asking for. Mick, what is it? What's the crazy? Okay, what about it?
Slippy.
Thanks for listening.
This has been good.
Special
Thanks for
episode.
joining us. Don't forget to donate to the Patreon.
Give us $100 for this great episode. Thank you. Fuck you.
Slippy shirts coming soon.
There is a world as tangible as our own, impossible to see yet unavoidable to sense. A world enveloped by a seemingly unending ocean of force. In that forest, tucked away neatly within a blanket of twilight, lies a quaint little cabin. And in that cabin
is a bunch of guys who's a bunch of bullshitter.
Welcome to Sleepycast. I'm Tomar. I'm here with
Jaxie.
Zachariah, Zach boy.
Krista.
Boo.
First.
And Mick, actually, there are a few questions if you want to start with a few questions from the patrons.
Now these questions,
Yes.
if I'm correct, Mick,
Yes.
and feel free to correct me.
I will.
These people, these fine folks, these freaks, donate money to us, to our Patreon.
Yeah.
They fund us, our work and so forth, and they get to ask these special questions.
They do. They get to ask questions like, why does Zach's voice sound all fucked up?
Stop it!
I'm not kidding. That is
There's a joke and there's a fucking real line.
There it is.
All right?
From Pale Hound.
Pale, take your money. I don't fucking want it. All right? This isn't a joke even.
Okay, I
don't even want to do it anymore.
No. Shut up. Here's a real one. And I'm actually curious, too, what the answer to this is for all of us here. Nathan Brown asks, when was the last time any of you sexy men, women, went on a vacation? And where did you go? When was the last fucking vacation?
Ooh, like you. Okay, let me asterisk this with. Let's clarify a vacation as someplace you go and do zero work and you go there just to relax, right?
I'm on vacation right now.
Yeah, that's true. I guess this is it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're Jaxie and I are here on vacation in Philly because we just wanted to see our buddies so much.
For those who don't know, these two, Tomar is a voice actor, Jaxie's an animator. They're married, sorry boys, and they visited us for a thing called Pico Day. which is Tom Pope, a very scary man who runs Newgrounds. He hosts an event yearly.
Yeah. He goes on webcam. He
goes on webcam and lays back and just Moni and jacking off. It's very creepy.
All the areas come to watch.
But you guys might know them as Jack Samoto, which is kind of like the Brangelina.
Oh, yeah.
They like morph their names together. Yeah,
that's the thing we did. Because I used to be Tomomoto. Nobody calls me that anymore.
I do.
I just go by Tomar.
I always thought it was like a weird spelling of tomato. I just called you Tomato Man for a long time.
The story behind my online name is stupid, and I'm not going to tell it.
Does it have to do with tomatoes?
It has nothing to do with tomatoes.
I'm curious.
It's some anime character, right?
You can't just leave it now.
All right. No, okay. There was a Sega GT ad. This was in Dreamcast magazine, just to date it. Okay. That magazine, I think, ran for less than 2 years, So sometime in like 2000, I thought this was a really funny ad, and it featured a character named Benimoto, who was just this really stereotypical Japanese man who was like, "Oh, Benimoto, go kiki fast!"
I thought Benimoto was a chef. I thought there was a restaurant.
There might actually also be another Benimoto, but this was for a Sega GT ad.
Right.
And I just thought that was a funny ad, and so I went by Benimoto for a year, and I was like, everyone's gonna think my name's Benny. Right. So somehow I'll be Tomamoto. That it's stupid. I told you it's a stupid story, but that's how I came up with my name.
That's a better story than some of us.
Story.
Yeah.
You're in a room full of stupid usernames.
So that's
Jaxie.
That's Tomamoto. I like my.
Yeah, where did Jaxie come from?
Yeah, where did Jaxie come from?
Nowhere. It's just.
It was the name of a character that you designed, right?
No,
it wasn't. Okay.
It was Ajax that my friend gave it to me, my best friend from middle school, and then it just kind of graduated.
I was kidding. I didn't think it was a bad username.
Well,
I thought it was one of the better ones.
It's easy. It's
Psychic Pebble.
Yeah. No, when I have to sign my username, I usually just I'm fucked because it's 14 characters. His name is 4, yours is like 5 or 6. Russ, Nick, you're in the same kind of boat as me because your username is
dude, mine is so stupid. I had no idea when I signed up that to my account that was going to be the name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That got associated with everything.
Well, where did Rice Pirate come from?
It was because I'm half Chinese, half my name means rice. Me is rice, and Mick, Mika is my name, and then I was into pirates at the time.
Well, that
was
makes sense.
Right.
I know, but I don't know. I'm not.
Rice Pirate's a pretty cool name.
Yeah, it's fine.
I don't know.
Okay. So enough about the names. Back to the vacation. But Zach, what's interesting is you said you had to specify where a vacation is where you do no work. Another thing that I think is important to specify is like I feel like a lot of times when we go on vacation, especially with family, there is nothing relaxing about
because you're thinking about work the whole time.
No, not work.
Because it's family.
Yeah, it's family stress.
Family, yeah.
You're like the obligation of like going. It's like okay, it's dinner time, or we get up. It's already noon. It's like
it's very by the books kind of. It's very clinical. It's like okay, now we have to get up and have fun.
Right.
4 o'clock is fun time.
Right.
Yeah.
You better have fun at that time.
And it's almost like every time there's a quote unquote vacation, I need like 3 days to like relax to like work that out of my system just because of the stress of my quote unquote vacation.
Vacations, to me, honestly, as gay as it sounds, I like the little moments where you're driving and you have like an hour to yourself or something. You just put the radio on like that. That's
Zach, are you